We got an interview. Top 10 quarterback Brady Smigiel of California joins the show. He's 6'4.5", 215 pounds. He's fresh off a decommitment from Florida State. So Smigiel is one of the most highly sought after uncommitted 2026 quarterbacks in America. Let's welcome in the 4-star QB from California. Hey, Brady, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, I'm doing awesome. Glad that you're here. Thank you for taking some time out. So let's get into it. Why'd you decommit from FSU?
Yeah, well, I decommitted before the year. I think I had a really good relationship with Coach Norvell and Coach Tokars. So, they were top 5 in the country when I committed. The offense that was booming at the time, and some things changed. Obviously, they didn't have the season we expected, but I still believe in Coach Norvell. I still believe they're going to change things around, but just some changes happened in the offseason with their staff, firing their OC, and I thought it was best for me to open my recruitment back up.
Yeah, they fired Alex Atkins, made a change to Gus Malzahn. Did that change at OC kind of throw you off?
I mean, at the end of the day, I committed to Coach Atkins. I committed to Coach Norvell calling the plays, and now that, yeah, of course, it changed everything. Coach Norvell, and I committed because he was calling the plays, and now that he wasn't, bringing a completely different offense, and like I said, I thought it was best for me to open my recruitment back up.
All right, so you open it up like about just over a week ago, about 10 days ago to today. Did your phone blow up after that announcement of your decommitment?
Yeah, it was fun. It reminded me of the day when coaches can legally text you again. It was like at midnight. It was the same exact thing where it was just like, "Are you for real about this? Like, I've only seen you on one site. Like, is this actually happening?" I was like, "Yes, this is happening. I'm reopening it," and just restarted completely.
All right, so who do you feel are some of the teams that are pushing for your commitment now?
Yeah, well, it was Coach Kelly at Ohio State, but now they got the Raiders job at it's kind of off the table right now. But I would say Washington, UCLA, Auburn, South Carolina, and Michigan, I'd say.
Okay. So what's important to your recruitment moving forward?
Yeah, relationships, I'd say, is probably my number one. Obviously, you want the offense to fit. You want to love the city and the university, but I'd say the biggest thing is relationships. Just being able to go somewhere where I'm going to grow as a human being, religiously, as a student. And I think there's these schools that I have options from. I think all those schools will do that for me. But yeah, I'd say my number one thing is relationships, and them really wanting me to come there as much as I want to go there.
Right. So as a quarterback, you made that early commitment. You know the importance of it, why you committed early, but you also see that changes can occur. So is it important to commit early, or now, I mean, now that you kind of have an option to, is it better to wait?
It's so hard and it's so difficult. And I think honestly, there's some luck into this, hoping like, because I explain this to people, why coaches move so much. And if you have a really good year, your quarterback coach is probably gone. He's taking the offensive coordinator job. And you have a really bad year, your quarterback coach is probably gone because he's getting fired. So it's really hard to hold on the same staff when you're committed, and especially when you get there. So I wanted to commit early. The recruiting process is a lot. I know a lot of athletes can agree with me on that. I wanted to commit early because another big reason I want to recruit, I want to build a really good class to wherever I'm going. And it's going to be hard if I commit closer to signing day or before season. But I want to see football. I want to see offenses. There's new quarterback coaches and new offensive coordinators at some of the schools I'm looking at. So I also want to see football. So I haven't really decided when I'm going to commit, but going to take my official visits, probably going to take 5 of them, and just see where that leads me.
Yeah, there's definitely pluses and minuses to both angles of that, and you kind of laid it out perfectly. So, how are you handling the NIL portion of your recruitment? Do you have? We talk about it here on the On3 Recruits channel. So, do you have like an agent? Is it your family? Is it just you? How are you getting through this?
Yeah, it's really interesting, and we didn't plan on having anybody represent me. But at the end of the day, I thought it was going to hurt my relationship with a coach. So as an example, let's just say I go out to dinner with the head coach and the offensive coordinator. We're having a great time. We've known each other for 2 or 3 years, and now I have to bring up, or my dad has to bring up, or my mom has to bring up the money factor. And I think that's just not who we are. Obviously, money's great and it's a plus, but it's not the reason I'm going to be going to a school. So I never really wanted to have that conversation. It's a conversation I know coaches probably don't want to have with kids. So we hired somebody. His name's Justin, and he's going to help me out a lot. Just so I don't have to have that conversation. He knows what he's doing, and to be honest with you, we don't. So just being able to hire somebody that could take care of that, and I never have to have that conversation with the coach.
All right. Speaking of coaches, I know Sharon Moore stopped by your school last week because we were supposed to do an interview at 2 p.m. and you telling me, hey, can't do this interview. This guy Sharon Moore is coming by, so I'm sorry. But so Of course, not a problem at all. So, what was Sharon Moore's message to you when he came through your school?
Yeah, just rebuilding our relationship. I had a really good relationship with our old OC, and some things happened with me and him, and so that relationship ended up not working out. So I ended up committing to Florida State. Those were my top two schools. We loved it in Ann Arbor. We really just like the tradition over there. Um, just everything about Ann Arbor we really loved, and I have
Mhm.
a really good relationship with Coach Lindsay over there. He was at North Carolina. So right when he got that job at Michigan, I was one of the first calls. So just being able to rekindle that relationship I have with Coach Moore, and I plan on visiting there in the March.
So everything's smoothed over with Michigan at this point? All right, cool. Any other visits? What is next for you visit wise when it comes to that?
So I plan on going out to Auburn and South Carolina in March. I'm going to do just a South trip, those together, and
Mhm.
then I plan on getting out to Michigan, and then I'm going to be going back up to Washington, and then I'll be heading UCLA is 45 minutes away, so I can go up there as much as I want. But I plan on going out there and talking ball with their new offensive coordinator, and my wide receiver one from last year just committed there, so just being able to see what they're up to and maybe get out to a practice soon.
All right. So are those all going to be unofficial visits in the spring that we just talked about?
You know how it is with colleges and coaches moving, so I don't want to lock any official visits yet. I'm going to take these 5 unofficials in March and then try to lock in some official visits after that and then see if any other colleges or coaches come through in the spring.
All right. Now, are there any other schools that we did not talk about that are not on that top list that you said that you would like to see enter your recruitment?
I mean, I'm not committing to a logo.
Mhm.
I'm committing to relationships and an offense. So not necessarily. I mean, obviously, there's schools that you would like to hear from, but I mean, I really like my options right now, and I trust God's plan that He's going to lead me to the right direction. So, like I said, I'm not committing to a logo or going to a logo. Really, just human beings and relationships.
Who'd you grow up rooting for as a kid?
University of Arizona. So my dad played there and he coached there. So and then obviously UCLA, USC. So and then but we're just a football family. If there's football on 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., we're watching every game and um more scouting plays than rooting on a certain team. My dad's the head football coach at our school, so
Okay.
a lot we talk about is football. But for the easy answer, my dad played at Arizona, so we've been big Arizona basketball and football fans.
Is it kind of cool to see some of the teams that you grew up rooting for now heavily involved in your recruitment?
Oh yeah, I mean, a great example is Coach Chip Kelly. I mean, you've heard about that guy at forever. My
Yeah.
childhood, he was the head coach for the Eagles, and then all over the country in the NFL and college. So just being able to watch him on ESPN for a post game interview, and then a couple weeks later, he's in your family room. It's awesome, and just being able to have the relationship with him, um, being able to communicate with him, and him being honest with me, telling him that there's a good chance he takes an NFL job, and the Ohio State connection might end right there. So
Yeah.
him just being honest with me, I really appreciate that because, as you guys know, there's a lot of dishonesty in this business. So just having a coach that is honest with you, it's very comforting.
Yeah. How about that? Like you are directly a participant in some of the biggest off-season news of the of the off-season, like Chip Kelly leaving, these coaches, and you're just like sitting here, hey, he was recruiting me last week, but now he's gone. What do you like to do on a weekend where you got no football going on?
Yeah, hang out with my friends. I was just golfing this weekend, so we're going golfing. We go fly fishing, deep sea fishing. Just being outside. Um, if I'm not playing football or playing a certain sport, it's pick up basketball, it's wiffle ball. It's kind of just hanging out until the sun goes down.
All right, let's wrap it up with this. When do you think we'll see a final commitment from Brady Smigiel? And is it going to be right here on the On Three Recruits channel?
We can make it happen on the on three. I don't know a date. Probably I'd say I mean, the goal is to get it done before season just so I could I mean, my biggest thing, I grew up in Newbury Park. My dad's the head coach, and one of my biggest things is just being able to enjoy being a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up playing we were 300th in the state in California. Now we ended 12th last year. So
Wow.
just be able to turn around Newbury Park and hang out with my boys that I grew up with and turn this place around. One of the biggest things for my family and I was just being a kid and enjoying it, not getting wrapped up in the recruiting. So
Yeah.
um, I'd like to commit before season and then just go out and have fun with my twin brother and my dad for one last time.
All right. Well, no rush. We'll hold you a spot whenever you want to do it, whether that be at the end of summer, early fall. If you want to do it on the early signing day, we can do it then. But Brady Smigiel, thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule and sitting down with the On3 Recruits channel for a little interview.
I appreciate you guys.